Hey everybody, it's Christine up today with the Flavors of the Month kit from the ScrapRoom, and I am using the Paige Evans page kit. So right off the bat, I am showing you how I make hearts out of the diamond paper that is in that collection. All that said, I'm not actually going to end up using those, but I thought it was worth it to leave in the video because I thought it might be something that someone else might want to use, and just gives you a creative way to think with your patterned paper. So I'm using the page kit today, but I am also using the patterned paper patterned paper add-on and the embellishment add-on. So just so you're aware of that. So Paige Evans always has the cutest collections. I love her stuff. Generally, my biggest problem is condensing all my ideas down into one layout instead of like trying to do so many things. I tend to like go a little overboard. So I picked out a couple pictures of my son and my niece. The colors just matched well, and they're a little bit older from last fall, so I thought it was good timing to be able to use those. So right now I'm just creating some layers in my background, using a couple of the more vibrant papers. And then I am going to add my pictures back on there. So my pictures are cut down to about 4x3. And then I matted them with some of the yellow patterned paper because I just liked the way it made things pop. So you can see I've got like a nice vertical look going right now. My pictures are going to actually go onto the page vertically, which has not been something I have been doing a whole lot of lately. It seems like lately I've been doing a lot of two photos right next to each other horizontally. And so I was conscious of trying to change things up a little bit this time. So you can see that already has just a really nice flow to it, and the pictures pop really nicely because of that yellow up against those patterns, but the patterns also bring some interest to the paper without being totally overwhelming because they're covered up somewhat with the pictures. Okay, so carrying on, you can see I'm playing with those hearts still, and you'll see in a minute they're just too much. Like I said, I tend with Paige Evans pages to have so many ideas that I try and cram too much in. And so I'm going to put the whole page together using these, and then I'm going to take them off. And that is something that that's like a technique that I try to employ pretty regularly. If I feel like the layout is too much, there's too much stuff going on, I stop and say, okay, what's a few things I could take off to calm it down? And then I take those off, and if I still like it, or I like it even better, then I just keep those things off. So that's the case with this again today. So real quick, as we're going, let's just remind you what comes in a Flavors of the Month kit. So that includes 4 different page kits. So the Paige Evans one is one, and then there's 3 other different collections that you get to work with. So think like a subscription box with little samples of each of those 4 collections. New one each month. You're not going to have repeats or anything like that. Then you can additionally add on a double shot kit, which is 2 more page kits that are totally different. So you could get potentially 6 different page kits. You can add on an embellishment kit. You can add on patterned paper kit. You can add on cardstock, and all of those will coordinate with the Flavors of the Month stuff. So lots of options to build a really great box each month. And like I said, no repeats. I mean, it's something fresh every single month. And so obviously this month, this features this one. You can look back in the YouTube page for what other ones are featured from other designers. So be sure to check out her kits. New month coming up, and you can get on the list for being a subscriber as well. I will link you in the comments how to find the ScrapRoom. So carrying on, playing on the heart idea, I decided to add some of those heart paper clips, and then these are big flowers, just different ephemera pieces. And so I am going to plug those in and create some clusters, creating, as I typically do, a visual triangle surrounding my pictures. So one thing you will notice is that I don't have a title on yet. I had a lot of different little options that would work for a title, but I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted it to land. So I'm kind of building out my clusters and trying to decide if I want it to land down there on the bottom left-hand side or on the upper right-hand side. And, you know, typically after I put the pictures on and my bottom layers, I go next to my title. That's usually my progression for things. But today, I just didn't have that solid feel of where I wanted it to go. And as you've probably picked up on by now, I am not a planned out scrapbooker. I don't draw out my whole design first. I generally create as I go. Every once in a while I plan things out, but not usually. Usually I'm more of a put it on, move it around, put it on, move it around. And so that is what you're seeing all play out right here. That said, let's go ahead and try adding a title down on the bottom left-hand side there. You know, just kind of moving it around to see which one I like the best. Tried the left, tried the way off to the right, and then in the end, I kind of like how it lands there, so I'm going to stick it there, but not necessarily stick it down hard until I'm certain. Now, you can see I have now pulled up those hearts, and the focus is back on the pictures. I feel like those hearts distracted from the pictures, and so now all I'm doing is just really building out my clusters around the pictures and the title, and I am going to secure those paper clips using just some small adhesive dots, and otherwise everything kind of goes on in a self-explanatory way. Either it's a sticker or it's ephemera, and I'm just using some adhesive or some 3D foam adhesive. So there you have it. Pretty quick, nothing real like clever or fancy about this layout, but very eye-pleasing and draws eyes in nicely to the pictures and tells the story of a fun day with cousins. So thank you so much for being here today. Be sure to visit the Scrap Room page, and we will see you again next time.